Alright, so we are ready to do Amy's makeover. If you'll give us just a couple of minutes, we have to post this live to a couple other pages, so give me just a sec. Sorry, it's going to be awkward for just a minute.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm sitting there with everybody watching you. By not really many people watching you. Right, there's that one. Share to. I'm going to share it to your page first. I'm going to share it to my page. Alright, so there's your friends. And there's my friends. Okay, cool. Alright, I think we're ready. Alright, so shortly before we went live, I shared the shopping link. So if you see something while we're doing Amy's makeup that you really, really like, go on my website, which is www.fiercelybeautiful.net. That link will take you right there, and the link will give Amy credit so she can get free and half-priced stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, she wants the free and half-price stuff, so y'all help her out. Alright, so first thing we always do is we start with primer. Makeup primer makes your foundation go on just a little smoother, and it keeps it looking fresh all day long. You don't need much, and you can see that's not very much. It's this clear, it's a really thin clear gel. You just rub it together and try not to get it in your hair. And it just goes on real thin, just like a moisturizer. I put it under my eyes too so that the concealer will stay. You don't really need much concealer. You don't have very dark circles.
Not yet.
Okay, so after primer, next step is concealer. This is the concealer that I like the best. It is the Skin Perfecting Concealer. This color actually might be a tad dark, but it'll work. I don't use very much, just a tiny little bit. This color is Taffeta. You would probably be a velour, but this will work for now. Okay. Just going to do a little bit under the eye. Oh no, it's blending in pretty well. I normally go a shade lighter than the skin color on concealer, so I would definitely go velour concealer on you. This one's darker than it should be. Alright, so I always post in my lives, but people who haven't watched me before, blend your concealer down. Don't just have your football player line underneath your eyes, because that'll show through your makeup. Close your eye for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have dark eyelids, but you have a little dark spot right in the corner there. I have to do concealer across my whole eyelid because mine are dark, but yours are not really. Alright, so the other side, same thing. With concealer, obviously, you don't pull the skin around your eyes. It can give you wrinkles, so you dab. You stretch it down. It doesn't have to be pretty because it's going to be covered up anyway. Close it for a second. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so after we have concealer, we do foundation. I'm going to be using our Touch Liquid Foundation. This color is Taffeta. And it works best on our liquid foundation brush, which, as you can see, it has a little, can you see that? Little dent in the middle. This one's like a little eyedropper, and you just put 4 or 5 drops on there. Dot it all around the face, and then you just start blending it in little circles. This one goes on like a liquid, but it dries to a powder, so you don't have to use a powder on top of it. Try not to get it in your hair.
Cover up that gray.
Alright, let's see the other side. Alright, so you can see how smooth that goes on. And it's really good coverage for a liquid. A lot of times I have found liquids to be kind of thin and not cover very well, but this one actually does. It covers really well. Okay, close your eye for just a second. I always go right under the brow because I don't put my eyeshadow up quite that high. Alright. Alright, so that's that. Like I said, that one dries to a powder, so you don't really have to put a powder on top of it. Alright, so moving on. Before we do anything with the eyes, we always do an eye primer, which looks like this. It's a tiny little tube. And you don't need a whole lot. You just need a little bit. Oh, that's too much. It's got mascara on it. It's just a little bit, and it's blush colored. And this just goes on the eyelid before you do your eyeshadow. It makes the color show up a little better. If you've noticed when you put on your eyeshadow that it doesn't quite look the same on your eye as it did in the package, this helps it look more like it does in the package. Got a little piece of mascara right there. And it also keeps your eyeshadow from creasing throughout the day. I know before I started wearing this, I used to have like lines across my eyelids by the end of the day where my eyeshadow would be in the creases, and this stops that. So super important. Okay? Alright, while that's drying, I usually go on to my eyebrows, and that gives that eye primer a chance to dry before I put any color on top of it.
I know my brows need to be waxed.
Oh, that's okay. We're just gonna do a little pencil. I stuck the wrong end lid on this thing yesterday and kind of squished it a little bit. Okay, there we go. So we'll just do a quick little comb, and you just, I am not a big fan of coloring on the eyebrows. I just like to try to fill in the thin spots to give it a little shape. So you can make that as dark or as light as you want. Let's see. A little hole right there. And I'll always go back over it with the eyebrow comb, brush, whatever you want to call it, spoolie. Just because I don't like the harsh lines. That looks better. I like this one because it's It's a gel pencil, so it doesn't look quite as harsh and sharp as some of the pencils that you have out there available for your brows. This one's a little softer. Pretty good. Now if you wanted to see the pencil, it looks like that. One end has a little brush and one end has a pencil. Okay, so that gave that time to dry. So let's go. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're using Addiction Palette 3, which is these colors, on Amy. And I'm going to start with this color here called Tickled, which is almost the same color as her shirt, just coincidentally. Alright, so first I'm going to do a transition color. You start in the outer corner and work your way in, just with little circles. This is covering a lot of area. It's not trying to be neat. Just put down some color on there. A lot of this gets covered back up, so it's okay if it's not neat and pretty. Put a little bit more down the lash line. Alright, so next we're going to go to this Ecstatic, which is this kind of shimmery taupe color. And I'm going to do that on most of her lid. We're not quite covering up all the Tickled, but we're covering up a good bit of it. Alright. Alright, and last I'm going to pick up this darker brown here, this Brave, from Palette 3. Just a tiny little bit on the outside corner. And I always say in my lives, when you're doing this darker color on the outside corner, you want to tap. You don't want to rub. You want to tap it so it doesn't get too dark too fast. And then when it's as dark as you want it to be, you're just going to drag a little bit into your crease. Just for a little bit of depth. Just like that. Alright, last trick is to take a light color. We're going to use this Optimistic, which is like a shimmery champagne. Just a tiny little bit right under the arch of your brow. It'll make your brow look a little bit more arched than it is. And I'm just going to do a tiny little bit right here in the middle. Right in the middle. Okay? Alright, so we're going to do the other one.
You want some?
I got it. Put them right there. Alright, so this is the transition color again. Pink going on there. If you like these colors, but you don't want to buy 3 different sets, you don't have to. You can match up some individuals that are close to these colors. I mean, these particular colors only come in this palette, but this guy, you can get whatever colors you want in here. So if you like the colors I'm using, I can find you some colors to put in one of those palettes that'll be close to this. You can get the same effect without having to buy all these palettes. And this is just our shimmery taupe again. That color really looks good. Alright, I'm going to go with the chocolate brown. Just a little bit more. Alright, drag that into the crease. Blend that out a little bit. Alright, then I'm going to go back with the little highlight color. Just under the arch of the brow and then a little bit right in the center. Just as a little highlight. Okay? Alright, so next we'll do just a little bit of eyeliner. And close down. See if I can not get it too thick. Alright, open it, let's see. Yeah, that looks good. I'm just going to do a tiny little bit underneath. I'm just going to do the outside half. And I'm going to need to smudge it because I just put it a little too heavy. I'm just going to smudge it with my finger. Okay, that's good. Alright, on this side, I always start in the outside corner of the eyelid. It's easier for me to do that. I don't know if that's just a me thing or... Alright, open. Yeah. Alright, I did go with that one. I didn't get it too heavy. Okay, so we got all that. So now we need to do some mascara. I'm going to be using the Epic mascara, which you guys that watch me all the time know about this already because I talk about it constantly. This is our new one-step mascara. Try not to get this in your face here. You close it just a tad bit. I mean, open it, but yeah, like that. That way I won't get it.
That's the one part I always have trouble with because you want to freak out when somebody gets near your eye.
I'm not going to jab it in your eye, I promise. You have thin lashes, so this is really making a difference on yours. I guess at the bottom. Get me holding my breath too. Okay, so that's just one coat, and that makes a big difference. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
That's a big difference. Yeah. So while we're talking about it, if you do have thin lashes, or if you have thin eyebrows, you might want to think about this, which is brand new. I've been using it for a week maybe. This is a It's an eyelash serum. It makes your own eyelashes grow thicker and longer. And some people have used it on their eyebrows, and they say it helps with that too. So if you're a lady that can't grow eyebrows, is drawing them on, maybe we need to talk about that. That one is, that and all of our lash products are right now 20% off. This eye has thicker lashes than the other eye. That's kind of strange. I have one like that too. I have one where my bottom lashes I can't even see. That looks better. Alright, so let's see. Yep, there we go. Alright, you do have shorter lashes, so I'm gonna do the 3D on top, just for fun. So the other mascara that we have is 2 pieces. It's 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. The first one is a transplanting gel. It works like a regular mascara. So I'm just going to put 1 coat of it on top. I'm not going to do the bottom lashes, just the top. Okay. On top of that goes the fibers, which, as you can see, it's furry. I'm wiping the extras off on my hand because I don't want that to get in your eye or all over your cheek later. And you just go right over the top of the transplanting gel. And it really makes your eyelashes a lot longer, thicker. Alright, so we gotta let it dry for a second before we seal it. Alright, so we'll do this one. Yeah, that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference from one eye to the other. Okay. That. Put off the extras. And with this, you just have to go on the tips of the lashes. You don't have to go all the way down to the eye. Just the ends. Alright, so that other one should be dry by now. You gotta put one more layer on to hold them in. I think you're gonna be surprised when you see your eyelashes.
Now, how long does the mascara, how long does it stay on?
Until you take it off.
You don't get the little black lines underneath?
Mm-mm.
Cool.
I mean, it's not waterproof, so if you jump in the pool, it's gonna smear. But it's water resistant, so if you cry, it doesn't run down your face. If you walk out in the rain, it doesn't run down your face, you know. Now, I'm sure if you wore it to the beach, you'd have a mess, but I got mascara on your eyelid right there. Okay. Alright, so we just need a tiny little bit of blush. I don't want to do a whole lot. And I'm going to do this blush. This particular one is actually discontinued. It was from the August Kudos, which was limited release. But it's a metallic shimmery blush. And we have a similar one that came out this month. So if anybody likes this, we do have a similar one that's available. I actually have it on order, but it's not here yet. This one is called Supported. The one that looks kind of like it is called Serene. It's just it's a little bit lighter than this one. But I like the shimmery blushes because it gives you a little bit of that glow, you know. It's not sparkly, but it's just a little glow. Alright, lips. I was going to do this one. Alright, so for the lips, this one is also was a special edition color that I don't have anymore, but I do have one that's similar to it. This is a Splash liquid lipstick. It's a metallic, which are brand new. This particular one is called Secure. I cannot get Secure anymore, but I can get one called Splendid, which is almost the same color. So if anybody likes this one, this is almost the same color as your shirt too.
It's the color of the day.
It is. Alright, so let's see. She's going to play with her toy now. Get back the other way. Let's do the top one. The other side. All right. It looks pretty.
I like that one.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. Let me see where I can get where I can see. So there we go. There's Amy's makeover. If you like any of the products, I will have the shopping link in the comments. I'll also put the list of products in the comments. Feel free to PM me on Facebook or visit my website, www.fiercelybeautiful.net. And if you're a person that doesn't like to shop online, but you still want to give Amy credit, shoot me a PM and we can get you an order in and still get her credit for it too. Okay? All right. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.